Hey guys, welcome back, and boy, this was a wacky, insane, shocking, unbelievable weekend when it came to everything going on in the news cycle, and of course, I don't even think we have to say it specifically what we're talking about here. It's the events that happened involving the former president, were just absolutely mind-blowingly unbelievable, and to this moment, I'm still pretty shocked by what I saw. That being said, unfortunately, this has led to a lot of the rhetoric that we've seen going on the last 7-8 years. On both sides of the aisle, to be fair. There's a lot of dehumanization that goes on. But they're definitely, it was telling the kind of reactions we saw from people who were just blatantly wishing harm on the former president. Basically having fun, laughing about it, wishing that the shooter had been a better shot, making jokes about how, the reasons that he might have missed, you had one job. The things that were trending on Twitter were pretty disgusting, not gonna lie. And so before we get into it, I do have an article on some of this stuff on my website, minimaleffort.shop. If you have a moment, go check it out. Got a lot of stuff on there. Keep trying to, keep it up to date for you guys. So just one more thing to give you guys a little more value for the channel here. That being said, we have this story that I wrote up earlier today about the creator of the God of War series claiming that the attempt looked staged. Now, of course, a lot of people had said this, and we've seen a lot of these psychotic reactions from people. Again, all the TikTokers. I'm not going to even play this because I played it on my live stream last night, and the level of reeing and screeching going on was unbearable to have to listen to. Destiny, who we are going to get into in a minute, he put out this tweet. All I see is Biden up +1 in Pennsylvania. Absolutely disgusting, referencing the poor person who lost his life in the process of the attempt on Trump. And of course, Alyssa Mercante retweeting people like Denim's TV, a Twitch streamer who joked about putting bounties on people. Alyssa Mercante, who was covered by That Park Place and Smash JT, a few other websites, talking about how basically, well, she's just spent a lot of time reposting people who are wishing him harm, comparing it to Palestine, what was going on in Gaza. Why should I care about what happened to Trump when Gaza and Palestinians, the usual stuff you see. Making jokes about him not using the proper tactical system, making jokes about the shooter being a stormtrooper, therefore he couldn't hit it, broadside of a barn. These kind of statements. And again, it's always from the same kind of people, the deranged lunatics on Twitter, the ones who spend too much time online, making everybody their enemy, going after everybody that they disagree with, thinking that, if you have any sort of differing opinion on politics or morals or ethics in this country, that you're just subhuman. And that's what we've come to. And that's why I say, again, it's unfortunate that so much rhetoric that exists all over the world, in every avenue and space possible, involves dehumanization of your political or ideological opponents. It's sad. It's a really sad place that we're at now. But David Jaff, who's the creator of the God of War series, went on to tweet, "At first I was horrified. This isn't near okay as much as I despise the man." I love how he has to clarify, though, with this statement. As much as I despise him, this isn't okay. But his Secret Service just lets him stand there and do a little bit. Come on, man. I'm not a conspiracy guy, but I mean, what? With his effing head in plain view? Again, I don't know how I would react in this situation. I don't know how anybody would react in this situation. People have brought up the whole fight or flight instinct, and that's just a very big reality that you don't know in that instant what to do. But of course, he tried to come back and say, well, I was just saying it looked weird, and I didn't know there was an innocent person who lost their life in the process and everything else. But it's like, the veil has already been lifted. The mask is off. These people have been exposed for who they really are. But back to Destiny, because honestly, this person, the most absolutely disgusting, unhinged, vile, despicable things I've ever seen come out of somebody's social media account ever. And it's not just social media. It's not just that he's just like, doing the whole keyboard warrior. I'm going to tweet something nasty and then just kind of, walk away and light the fire and, walk off. He's done podcasts and debates and videos now saying the most disgusting, contemptible crap. And so this article here from Sportskeeda says, Kick and YouTube streamer Steven Destiny has garnered a lot of backlash over his comments about what happened at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania. Known for his political content, I mean, I guess if you're a fan of his, you'll know him for his political content. All I know is I see him occasionally pop up on podcasts, and I'm like, dude, why is this guy popular? He has been called insensitive and disrespectful for cussing out the former president after he was injured, and also for abusing his supporters. For context, over the weekend, we all know what happened. I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to get in trouble with this video, guys. I'm trying to play it safe here. While the streaming industry has been largely sympathetic towards Trump and his supporter who lost their life, Destiny has gone on to hurl abuses at the president on social media. Now a clip of him cussing out Trump and his supporters has gone viral, garnering a lot of backlash. And so I'm not going to play the video, but I can give you the sum and substance of what he said. And people have been pushing back on it. People saying he's got to be hate farming for views or something. This is why his family left him. Again, remember, Destiny is a person who was openly proud of the fact that he and his wife had an open marriage, and she eventually left him for another man. So very interesting situation. A lot going on behind the scenes with this individual. Somebody else says, what an effing loser. This dude shouldn't even have a platform speaking like this. Ban him. I mean, I don't believe he should be banned. I do think that there eventually comes a situation where he crosses a line into truly violent, like incitement of violence, which is a violation of Twitter's policies. Unfortunately, that's just, the reality of big personalities on social media. You have some diligence and duty to respect the terms of service of the platform you're on. And Twitter does have a terms of service, violent speech policy in their terms of service. So I think Destiny is well past this at that point. So as per reports, a sniper, we talked about this. While he was taken down by a security detail, he managed to end the life of one of the rally goers. And this is the person that Destiny went after. It was a man named Corey Comparator, who was a retired or volunteer fireman. He had a wife and kids. He just went there. He's like a 50-year-old guy, had all this life to live. And Destiny decided to target this man, to hone in, zero in on this man. And it says he did not share a very sympathetic view of the whole situation. That's putting it very mildly, Sportskita. Very mildly. He goes on to say, F it, F this dude, the firefighter guy, F Trump, F the people that support him. I just want you to know, right, in case you were confused or whatever, if one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine, first off, I can't imagine Destiny has any conservative fan base, and you get ended or whatever, I'm making fun of you the next day. He went on then to justify it. Donald Trump incited an insurrection and then was granted full criminal immunity for possibly all of his involvement. I have zero sympathy for anything that happens to him or anyone who supports him. I will argue this position against any and all conservatives of reasonable size, but there's a reason none of you spineless hacks step outside of your echo chambers. No, he's gone on to debate people, but it hasn't gotten better. So on Reddit here, somebody posted, my friend's mom got splattered by the guy next to her at the rally, and she's still traumatized. It'll take her years to recover. It's sickening to see some of this, so I'm leaving the community for now. And then Destiny came in and responded, because this is in Destiny's subreddit here. Don't ever come back. Tell your friend and his mom to get effed. Like, what the hell? Grum says, I don't think Destiny feels conflicted anymore. He says, I'm sure Corey and Babbitt, Ashley Babbitt, the person who was actually, who lost their life on January 6th, says are both having fun with each other in hell right now. Of course, he replied to a person, to Corey Comparator's tweet to Gunther Eagleman on Twitter, talking about who he'd saved in a fire. And Destiny responds, says, this is the effing R word that got killed at the Trump rally. Effing LMAO. I want to profusely apologize to any Trump supporters in my audience that I've misled into thinking I view them as anything beyond the unpatriotic, treacherous, and anti-American scum they are. Doing my best to rectify that ASAP. And it just goes on and on. You can see so much of this insane, disgusting insanity coming out of Destiny's mouth. I don't know if he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Maybe if he has a current girlfriend, maybe she left him for another man. I don't know what's going on. But here you have him justifying or trying to apologize for Larry Nassar, one of the most disgusting, depraved human beings on the planet. Somebody points out he has this tweet. Responses to this post are a good example of what I mean when I say most people don't have principles. We need to forgive prisoners and reform them and let them back into society. Only applies to people who they don't believe committed crimes they find objectionable. So this man who thinks that Trump and conservatives and anybody else on that side of the aisle is reprehensible, evil, not worth living anymore, pieces of human garbage, will actually make the claim that somebody like Larry Nassar, who, if you don't know anything about him, go look him up. Absolutely horrible human being. Worst of the worst, okay? He thinks that it's hypocritical to not want him out of jail. So I'm just going to leave it right there, guys. All I'm going to say is I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, who you should listen to, what kind of content you should consume, who you can and can't enjoy listening to. If you enjoy listening to Destiny and you will agree with some of his opinions, hey, good for you. More the merrier. It's nice to have a varying group of opinions to pull from and people that you can listen to and get informed by, and then you can kind of come up with your own decision about what you believe and how you feel about certain subjects. But the reality is, this dude, there is nothing he has said or done in the last 2 days that is in any way justifiable, and this is beyond disgusting to have to listen to and actually read and report on. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Make sure you guys check out the website. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Again, appreciate all of you for being here. We will be live streaming tonight, 9:30 p.m. West Coast time, and I hope to see you all there. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.